Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by the whole team tonight. Producer Tad.
For now, good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So how are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Solid.
Chilling.
Yeah, doing okay. I'm a little stoned right now, but
4th of July. All fingers still there.
Yeah.
I was stuck out of state, so I didn't get
Wait,
to
didn't we do a fucking stream after 4th of July, though?
Did we? Was it after?
Yeah. We did.
Like,
But wait, were we all together? I don't even know.
I was here.
I don't think all of us were here. Could be wrong.
It was a whole week ago. I don't remember.
Could just be brain damage.
Swaggy G. Hello, fellas. Hope all is well. Plugs in the house.
Swaggy. What's
Haunted
up?
Hizzle.
Always in the house.
Always, of course. Always in the house. So yeah, tonight's going to be an interesting show. So there is going to be an Indiana Jones spoiler rant at the end. And we're going to talk aliens, UFOs. We've never done that before, but we also have movies.
Yeah,
to
take your red hat off, Dan, when you say that.
do we need the X-Files theme just to play on cue when we say aliens?
Is that one, though, that has like a weird YouTube thing where you get hit if you even hum it?
God damn it, Dan! I don't fucking know. It was just a suggestion.
The weird thing is, though, that if it's live is when it triggers it more. Like we could
Really?
put it in the video, yeah, because it like we can do a pre-recorded trailer show and it'll tell me which won't go through. But if we do it live, it'll just know it's something and block it.
YouTube is the weirdest place. Like, I don't know if they relaxed some of that shit during the pandemic, but I was on Hayden streams where a dude shoved a glue stick up his ass. Hayden whipped out his ball sack and
Was
never
it
got
educational?
in trouble once. It was definite. Well, it may have taught us something, but
Loophole.
Tell you not to fucking stick glue on your nutsack.
And this is why I'm not in the community.
Me
We are
too.
all sack free here unless Dan books guests. Not allowed to book guests anymore.
I mean, we can show ball sacks for a certain price on our Patreon. I mean, I'm down, but
there you go. There you go.
Dan, what is it with you and ball sacks, Dan?
The ball sack for OnlyFans. We'll make that
OnlyFans.
happen.
Did he just fucking tip his hat?
He
I
did.
hope every fucking person in the goddamn movie theater was
Hold
like,
it down.
"Ooh, it's Indiana Jones."
Oh, is that the rant?
I am now officially cooler than Indiana Jones, and that's sad. But we'll get to that at the end of the show.
You still hold a grudge.
you don't
Wait till you see it.
They melted your relatives.
I'm just gonna let him rant. I'm not even gonna say a word.
No.
That's fucked up, Pugs. Damn.
I was hoping Pug said no.
He didn't even hear what I said, so I'm happy about it.
Probably.
Melted my relatives. I heard.
No, what Kruger said.
Damn.
I have to edit.
No, you're okay, I think.
So yes, we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight, but I just wanted briefly, because I know there was some complaints about this. Scream Factory's new web exclusives on the Shout Factory site. So
Complaints about an announcement? What the fuck is this world coming to? I am shocked.
well,
Next, Dan's gonna rant about a popular movie. Oh,
I get it to a degree, but like at this point, there's only so much left that are like marquee titles, and a lot of that obscure Corman stuff. Personally, I'd like to have on Blu-ray. Now,
Like Carnosaur.
Yes. In fact, that one I really hope they will do extras on.
there's a whole issue with that. Like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a reason we don't have Carnosaurs, we don't have Hard to Die, and it's not just a video finished on video. We don't have Slumber Party Massacre 3 because all of those are New Horizons movies. I don't know if you remember, Dan, right after this whole deal with Shout went together, they were
Sawbones is a New Horizons title.
really.
It is a New Horizons title. Sawbones, which they just announced 100%.
Well, maybe we've got it fixed now then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that's what prevented everything up till now. So if it's done, because that's why. Remember the kids sued to keep those rights. I don't know if you do remember. That's what,
I remember something about a lawsuit threat with that.
and
for
that
sure.
all the New Horizons stuff. Like the stuff they got in before was, through a separate deal. That was before they got bought. So
Okay.
these New
Yeah,
Horizons great, but that's what was the holdup up until now. Then.
Yeah, and I know Carnosaur 2 was announced forever ago, but that's when Code Red was still putting out stuff before Bill died.
Yeah, that was canceled before that though,
I never heard it was canceled. It just never came out, which I don't know. But yeah, Sawbones 100% New Horizons.
Okay.
They're getting like more into that era now, which there were some fun B movies that were put out under the New Horizons banner. Some of it I would have never have expected for Blu-ray. And Sawbones, it's not a good movie from what I remember, but might be a sign of some positive things to come. Carnosaur 100%. I would hope they put more into it.
Me too.
Sawbones, I can understand why you're not going to go out and spend a bunch of money for extras. I don't think it has much of a following, beyond some people like us that remember picking it up at the video store. But Carnosaur, Hard to Die, which is asked about all the time
I know the other holdup with that one was it was finished on videotape, which isn't a problem now, but that's an extra step. They have to take all the film and basically put everything back together, which is why a lot of like Tales from the Crypt is one that, who knows if we'll ever truly see HD and remastered. I don't think it's at the top of Warner's list by any stretch. I don't even want to put movies they spent fucking money on now.
That one is really sad because I heard also music issues, and I don't know. That's a real shame about Tales from the Crypt, that I'm not sure that you're ever going to get that at this point.
And now, Dan, is your opportunity to put over physical media.
Yeah.
There you go. Collect physical media, because there are certain things you may never, but at least you got Sawbones now.
What's the one that On Earth has been having trouble about? They were supposed to come out with some like show. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was like some show on like the 80s. It was like a sitcom, but they're having a lot of trouble because of the music.
I don't remember which sitcom, but that makes sense.
Unearthed had a sitcom?
Yeah, it was like a whole series. I can't remember what the fuck it was called though. Steven was super excited about it, and
it hasn't been released.
No. Yeah, it hasn't been released yet. Like they were able to put the remasters up on Tubi, but they haven't been able to release the whole thing yet because of the like music rights.
It's a horror series, I assume.
Yeah, but it's like a kid.
It was a werewolf?
No.
I know that got held up before for me.
Not Dark Room, is it?
No. It was like a goofy monster style, like family horror comedy. I can't remember. I can't remember what the hell it is though, off the top of my head. But I just know he was having a bunch of trouble with it because of all the music and getting the music rights.
Yeah.
TV from that era 80s, 90s is a nightmare music wise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I'll hold on to my Tales from the Crypt DVDs. They look not great, but I'll cherish them.
They look better than my copies of WKRP in Cincinnati. I'll tell you that.
Dude, for a second there, I thought you were going to say WMAC Masters. I was like, I didn't know you were a fan.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a fucking fight show for kids.
Bunch
of people. It was awesome. I loved it.
You get up like super early on a Saturday and watch that, and then like WCW.
Yeah, worldwide, everything was on.
Worldwide, yeah.
When I was in my in-laws, they had on American Ninja Warrior, and all I could think was, how come there's no like big buff dudes like fucking these guys up as they're trying to get stuff done? It's like the boringest shit I ever saw.
Well, it's more realistic because like our Marines, like the SEALs and shit, are actually like CrossFit people. They aren't actually Arnold size, which but looks better for movies.
I want a dude with a big fucking Nerf gun trying to shoot that asshole off when he's trying to climb over.
They don't need to be Nerf for me. I'm American.
I want a dude on roids,
MAGA gladiators,
rage out on these little twerps.
Oh my god, MAGA gladiators.
Dude, you seem like fucking the reincarnation of Ultimate Warrior. But yeah, have you guys seen the Ultimate Warrior video? It's like him and a bunch of like fucking 12-year-olds, and he's just screaming at them to work out.
No,
Get down, fucking squat. And this one kid's like, I can't. And he's like, you know what? I couldn't fucking say I can't in front of the fucking thousands of people in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I'm gonna go up and say, I can't. Fuck that. And he starts screaming at these kids. It's great.
And Scared Straight Fitness. We should watch that all together. Watch along. I'm down.
That wasn't Warrior University, which was like a big scam, was it?
It may have been.
Warrior University was like bullshit. A bunch of people signed up for that, and like they went there, and it was just all this like fortune cookie bullshit. Warrior himself, I don't think, was even there.
No, the Warrior was here for this video, but maybe it was promo for his Warrior school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's pretty great. He's just screaming at children the whole time.
I don't know why this reminded me of that, because I know it was a rumored WrestleMania match at one point, but did you see like Ryback's got this violent stalker that's like wants to like take him out? It's been a whole big drama.
I saw that he got doxxed, and I just don't care.
Listen to the video where Ryback talks to him on his show for like an hour, and he's talking about how he's gonna like blast his mom and like all sorts of like
finger blast or
no, like with his dick.
I have 6 words to say to that. I'm dumb as fuck. I'm sorry.
That story is still hilarious. And then Punk just sat and looked at him for like 10 seconds and walked away. What else am I going to say here? All right. So we do have horror movies to tackle. So, the first one is a highly anticipated one in the flesh wound community. I think we...
No. Todd produced.
Don't try to tag. Don't use your budwords in here. Your little buzzwords. Don't say universe either. I'm gonna smack you around, Dan.
Flesh wound universe.
I will not pound with the desk today.
You know how I am. I'm gonna do it every time.
I think I need some Xanax too.
All right. So, Murdercise from directors Angelica de Alba and Paul Ragsdale, who are a married couple, I believe. So it's cool. All right. So, Murdercise. Phoebe is an obsessed fitness nerd who gets her big break on a sleazy workout video. After being ridiculed by her co-stars, Phoebe befriends a mafia princess wild child who teaches her how to murder her way to the top. All right. So, Todd, I think you might have some background on this one. Or not.
Thanks for giving me a heads up. No, I was actually pulling notes up as we were going.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay. I'll give you some background. It was, I believe it's whatever. It was crowdfunded. I know we watched the trailer. There was a teaser trailer for a while. I don't know. I have the Blu-ray hasn't came yet, so I can't give you any behind the scenes stuff. Thanks, Dan, for letting me prepare that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted to say something, but
we did all watch the trailer. Like we watched the trailer for this, I think, on our last trailer show, and we all were pretty excited about it, especially you two, though.
Oh, this is totally Todd and Dan for sure. And Indie Phantom, what's up?
Hey,
welcome back.
He's at home in his homeland, Canada.
Yes, good to see you back, Canada. That works. We're renaming it. It's Canada from now on. But all right, let's get into Murdercise. So I'm always a little bit skeptical. I get what they're going for with, kind of trying to pay homage to the Fred Olin Ray and Jim Wynorski stuff that we grew up with. And I've been burned on a lot of these recently. There have been quite a few where I was like, Debbie Does Demons was the recent one where I was, it's like, man, I'm just not feeling this at all. It's a little too forced. It's not connecting for me. But then we'll get something like a Spooky Dookie or a Sorority Slaughterhouse, which was fantastic. And I'm happy to report this one actually hit me in the nostalgia feels. It's very...
It hits you right
Look
away,
at my
Dan. Yeah. Candy.
Gratuitous aerobics workouts. In the first 5 minutes, we get 2 aerobics workouts and a shower scene. So it's like, okay, I'm in. They know they're
Of course you are.
I was like,
Of course you are.
5 stars. And let's see if we can fuck that up.
There you go.
To the end.
Gratuitous 80s aerobics workout and bloody titties right in the first 5 minutes. So it's like, okay, we got you. This isn't going to be a disappointment. And yeah, I had a blast with this. Now, it is obviously like more of a comedy than anything. I love the sleazy producer of this video. You go back and watch some of these like workout videos. I mean, they were 100% like softcore.
100%.
Yeah.
I own the one that they watch in Friday the 13th Part 4.
Oh, do you really?
Maybe we'll have a watch.
That's actually me and my girl were watching this movie together, and that's what I brought up. I was like, this was porno for a lot of fucking people. Like, look back to Friday the 13th Part 4. So it's funny.
I just don't want to know who the one was using the Jane Fonda one fucking jerk out.
I'm just gonna hope that's the women.
It was what existed right before like those late night infomercials for Girls Gone Wild. You as the producer says, they just want to whack the weasel, and that's what you whack the weasel to.
So Dan,
you had no
Willie
other
told us when as soon as he got them Girls Gone Wild tapes, he tossed out the Girls Gone Wild commercial.
Goodbye, Jane Fonda. Just right out the fucking window.
But I bet you kept the Leanna one, didn't you?
Linnea Quigley, absolutely horror workout, but that's a little bit more than just a workout video, and it's Linnea Quigley. So I was disappointed Brink never did one of her own, because I'm more of a Brink Stevens guy.
Doesn't she have something? Well,
yeah, not a workout video though.
You worked out to some of her videos.
I did. That's Popeye. I had Popeye arms when I was like fucking 12, man.
Quagmire.
You stepped in it, Tad. But anyways, back to this movie. So I have to say, Jessa Flux, she's been improving as an actress quite a bit in these movies. She's got a good rhythm for the style of campy acting that you need to make these things work. And I thought the scene where she pulls out she's just screaming, "Look at my tits! Look at my tits!" It was just, that was
a highlight.
Not stop.
Yeah, me either, dude.
I was hoping my kid didn't wake up.
No, 100%, dude. Me and my girl, we watched it last time. We were both dying at that shit.
It kept going.
And while berating them too, like, you dummy, and I forgot what other words.
No, she's just yelling at him like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you look at my tits? Look at it." And then the next person comes in the room and she's like, "No, you look at my tits, god damn it."
I paid to be someone's gonna look at them, it's gonna be you.
And yes. So she is kind of becoming, I don't know, the face, but she's certainly becoming one of the main faces for this next generation of B-movie scream queens, and I appreciate it. This movie really caught that spirit, I thought, really well. If you're looking for a serious slasher film and you're unfamiliar with some of this stuff we're talking about from the past, then you will probably be disappointed. But if you live for that stuff like Todd and I certainly did back in the day, I think you'll have a huge grin on your face.
I still do today, Dan.
Yeah.
We get Ginger Lynn Allen in here, as well as the mob boss's wife, and still taking her top off.
Still
Kudos.
would.
Definitely still would, for sure. And yeah, this kind of becomes like a comedy of errors where Phoebe keeps killing. Like she's not intending to, but she just kind of keeps killing. And it's kind of got a Tucker and Dale sort of vibe going. Not that it's an accident, but it's like just she's kind of misunderstood. And
She's fucking crazy.
She is. Kansas Bowling plays Phoebe, and she was also quite good. Everybody, I think, did a great job in their roles in this one. It's a blast. And asking about if it's going to be on Blu-ray, probably.
Yeah, well, the backers, I believe, are shipping out soon.
Okay.
So after that, I don't know. They how they're going to handle the release past that.
I'd say it's a safe bet, but yeah, I think this is going to be quite popular. And Jessiflux Zombie, welcome to the chat. You can see an interview with Jessiflux on S'mores Indoors that Corey did. If you want to check her out, she's a lot of fun. So yeah, gentlemen, any other thoughts?
Kruger?
Yeah, there's no surprise when I saw the trailer for this. I wasn't very excited.
No, you weren't.
Just because, well, my main reason is you don't get a lot of these movies in this type of genre, in the slasher subgenre. You have these low budget, like goofy, basically micro budget slashers that usually never live up to the expectations of the concept because the kills are always shitty. But this one, I gotta say, first off, the soundtrack alone from start to finish had me, bobbing my head while I was watching. And I was really feeling it. And I actually really liked all the characters, but Drew Marvick is that the right way to say his name? Drew Marvick, the guy who made Pool Party Massacre.
Yeah.
His character I thought was fucking funny as shit, and he had me basically crying, laughing throughout the movie. It also helped that he looked like an 80s pro wrestler with his little gimmick bag and his fucking short shorts and shit. So that he cracked me the fuck up, and I liked all the other characters too. And even though this was a cheesy, stupid slasher flick, all the comedy bits worked for me. Like awesome. I laughed my ass off throughout this whole thing. It brought me back to the days of movies like Gutterballs, where it's just like it's stupid funny throughout the movie.
A little bit less sadistic.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But
the women fare a little bit better in this,
unfortunately.
But at the same time, like it brought me back to what I like about those movies, and the fact that they didn't skimp out on the kills meant a lot to me because I was already enjoying myself throughout the whole movie. And then the kills were happening. And granted, there's a couple of throwaway kills, but the first kill we get in the movie with the stabbed titties, great fucking scene. And then towards the end, we get this awesome chainsaw kill that had way more effects to it than I thought it was going to have, considering this was such a low budget movie. But at least they took the time to go in there and make that fucking kill look great. So overall, I enjoyed this movie a lot. Probably about on the same level I enjoyed movies like Pool Party Massacre. I think this would actually be a good double with that because they're similar tone and everything. But way better than I expected, and I can see myself revisiting this one and picking up the Blu-ray if it ever comes out. So.
Yeah, nice. This is the type of thing that hammer these out more and we can get a reboot of USA Up All Night.
It's just hammer these out, but make sure that you're at least putting some effort in the kills, because I've seen a ton of these types of movies with the same tone, the same gimmick that they're going for, and they just put no effort in the kills at all or the effects, and that
or there's a charm. And kitties. Yeah. There's a charm that has to come along with it. Not everyone can nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of lazy ones too, where it's okay, we've got the cool 80s retro poster and the basic title, and that's all we really need to do.
Final summer.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna call any recent ones out because I talked to the director and he asked, what would make the next one better, and I gave him some opinions.
Oh, we're gonna get a Murdercise too?
No. For the other film.
Oh,
For Final Summer.
That we didn't love. I think I was the nicest about it.
okay.
Yeah, you were definitely the nicest.
I mean, I can't remember.
I didn't hate it.
I think it was one of you guys posted like, "Oh, Killer Goats 4Ks on sale," and I'm like, would piss me off if I got it out of a discount bin. Like, that movie's a piece of shit. I don't understand.
God damn it!
I wasn't on that show, but I remember I was nicer to it. Todd, I think you were with me because
I liked it. It's
cool mask and big titties.
Titties and blood. That's all. Sometimes I'm in the mood for just titties and blood.
Yeah,
and that satisfied that need.
There were titties. I don't know where you got a blood fix out of that one.
I like the mask. That's all.
No, like Kane did his job. Just everybody else didn't.
I think you could have traded Kane for anybody.
No,
people
you could
are very
have, but
forgiving
he did his job fine.
People are very forgiving of slashers to the point where,
not
like,
me.
there's been a few where I'm like, well, I'm not saying you, but I mean, like, there's some where I'm like, I think they sell the fucking mask from that movie. I'm like, who is that big of a fan of Killer Goats? I want to hear from you if you are, because that one, for the life of me, I don't get it.
Yeah,
mask was cool.
No, mask was cool. Weapon of choice was cool.
Tits.
The rest, tits were fine, but the rest of the movie was straight hot garbage.
Yeah, but what was not hot garbage?
Murdercise. Yeah, pugs. You didn't
Yeah.
really say much.
Oh, I agree with everybody here. It's a cornball, gory, fun, and tits. I had a blast with this, and it's short. There's a fucking breeze, and they respected my time. I always appreciate that.
I do like really stand by the statement that like this with Pool Party Massacre would really complement each other.
Yeah, good double for sure. All right, let's go ahead and rate it.
Okay.
So on.
I guess I'm done talking about it.
Oh, I thought you were done.
I said like 2 sentences.
You didn't have like the opening thought. Go for it, Todd.
Well, now I'm all thrown up. No, yeah, I no shocker because Dan just assumed I already said it already. I fucking loved it, everything about it. This was like my most anticipated, like from our last batch of trailers, probably the last few shows that I've like really been looking forward to.
Yeah.
From the trailer, I was like, this is exactly what I want. The movie delivered everything what I want, and this is the reason I watch all those shitty Tubi whatever stuff for that one gem, and this one's head and above.
Oh yeah.
Well worth it. And I'm gonna put this over, and I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. You could rent this right now for $3.
Totally worth
It's
$3.
well worth it.
From New Village Voice. I threw the link in the description. Swaggy, links right there. $3 rental. Watch it.
Yeah.
And Zombie, no, it's not on Tubi yet. It just $3. It's worth it. Trust me.
There you go. So on my B movie scale, and once again, if you're into the old B movie Scream Queen things, I give this one a 4 out of 5. They might have been able to do a little bit more nudity here and there, but you walk that fine line. Soft core.
You're still asking for more titty. I'm not hating on you, but
We
I'm
had
just
quality.
saying.
I
You
enjoyed
can
it.
always have more titties.
That's what I'm saying. That's
But they are here. I gotta
this is
know.
the one time bringing that up doesn't make sense.
You give me a little bit more, I might have given you a 4.5, but you're getting a very
Oh,
enthusiastic.
you got hard?
There you go.
You got to hold.
Dan wants to be able to jerk off to the movies.
Yes. We need oh, God damn it. I want butthole.
He got belittled, so he was good. Yeah.
Four.
What is your rating?
Me? I'm a 3 out of 5.
All right. I am a 4 out of 5 as like Dan. Todd?
Well, I started out at a 5 in the first 5 minutes. My rating never dropped. I fucking loved it.
Candy fucking saved this film, or my favorite, I should say.
I can't wait to see the Blu-ray and watch it again, and watch it enhanced, and just take it all in.
You can see them titties in HD. All right.
I haven't watched it on the 103. I had to watch it on the laptop.
Ooh.
So next time.
Well, extra big.
There you go. There you go. Enjoy Yes.
I'm not.
This one would be good in 3D. For
absolutely.
Sure.
But yeah,
Look at him. Look at my tits. Look at my tits. Just right there. Just...
Damn it! Now I want to get the 3D camera. And 3D Last House on the Left reboot. I'll go buy the camera now.
There you go. It'll be like she's pissing on your pants.
Tagline. That's the tagline.
You have like a little like squirt button on like the cover that like shoots you. That'd be hard to work the mechanics of that out, but
no, you fill it up like a fucking water gun, and then you just press it every time.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
All right, so on to classier things, because we are a classy podcast, as you can tell. Insidious, The Red Door. All right, so in this one, the Lamberts, it's 9 years later, and their son is, Dalton. I was about to say Dylan. Dalton is going to college, but unfortunately, the Lamberts must go deeper into the further than ever before to put their demons to rest once and for all. All right, so, Kruger, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll take a hot tag because I in anticipation for this movie, I went back and rewatched every single one of the Insidious films because I hadn't seen the fourth one, and then like the first three, they were so long ago that I didn't really remember a lot of them. I'll stand by the statement that the first two films are very, very good. 3 is a little fucking wonky. And then 4 I actually like quite a bit because it gives you more to Lynn Shay's character and her background. And I also love the entity that was in that movie. But this, unfortunately, I would say is probably the worst in the franchise. Out of all the movies, this just seemed like the most uninspired. And they had an opportunity bringing back the red-faced lipstick demon, whatever you want to call him, from the first film. You had a lot of opportunity in there to maybe give us some of his backstory or what that character has come from. Because every other fucking goddamn entity in the whole franchise has had their backstory basically laid out. And that was the one that always had the mystery behind it. So I was hoping bringing him back, maybe we get some of that backstory. We got none of that. And I just also feel like bringing back such an iconic character into the franchise, he was totally underutilized throughout the movie. He was maybe in like 3 fucking scenes, even though he was the main entity haunting fucking Dalton at this point. And it didn't make sense to me that they didn't use him more and just utilize him more and scares and whatever. They kind of, did a little side story about a ghost where the college that Dalton was going to. I just thought all of that was unneeded. You could have used more red-faced demon and just gave me more of him because that's what I was actually mostly excited about going into this movie was the return of that entity into the franchise, and maybe we'd get some more, but I just thought they totally underutilized them. And for the most part, just the script just seemed very hashed out and basic. The time jump with the characters that we got too kind of just made them less endearing for me because of how different they are from the first couple of films. Wasn't feeling so much for the father or Dalton really at that matter. Granted, like they explain why they're so different, but they weren't interesting me enough, and I was bored through a lot of the movie. And probably the biggest sin was I was invested enough to see where everything was going to lead to towards the end, and then the final act just felt flat as fuck. I was like once everything was done and I knew we were at the end of the movie, I was like, that was fucking it, really? Like, you couldn't have given us a little bit more of a final showdown with this amazing demon that this franchise created. So at the end of the movie, I was disappointed. And like at first, I was like, okay, well that was fine, I guess. And then the more I sat and thought about it, I was just like, this was such a missed opportunity to do some cool shit that fans of the franchise, if you liked all of the movies like I have, we could have got something cool in this, and just kind of just really felt like a fucking cash grab, at the end of the day, especially with the story that they laid out, because it was just so basic and it really didn't lead us anywhere.
I think they've been on that though the last couple movies, like they really
see. But I'll argue this: the Last Key adds a ton to Lin Shaye's character.
It does, but at that point, it's not. It's weird. Like I like that one, but to me, it's everything past 3 just feels unneeded.
No, absolutely.
I don't think they've ever had a bad Insidious movie. I don't know that they've hit a home run, but I don't think they've had a bad one up to this point.
Yeah, I think this is like the one that I would consider bad out of the whole franchise.
I don't consider this a bad movie. I actually like this movie, although I do feel it falls flat. I'm going to be courteous just because it's Patrick Wilson's first time out directing, which is really cool. But you were sitting under James Wan, dude. Like you had your hand held the whole way through.
Yeah.
I agree with Kruger on the ending. They wrapped it up way too nice and neatly, and I'm like, I want a little more, without spoiling, I need a little more tragedy in this without the Rolling Stones fucking ruining everything.
No, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like everybody just felt too safe by the end of this movie.
And
it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same issue I have with the new Scream.
I'm wondering too, because like it's a father-son movie, and they're hardly together. Like they're barely together, and they're supposed to be fighting this demon thing together. But I don't know. It looked good. The atmosphere is cool. It's there. It's not. The first and second movie are fucking masterpieces, I think. The third one is probably my least favorite, but it's got the cool breathing dude. The key thing's fucking rad. But so the third one probably my last. This is probably somewhere I don't know. First two are amazing. This is like okay piece to go along with it. It's just there's a whole lot more they could have done and they should have done. It's just I didn't feel it like I should have felt.
The lack of Lin Shaye really hurts this entry.
Yeah,
it's like
that's one thing I wanted to say too. The lack of her and the Ghostbuster jackass characters.
Why haven't we gotten a spin-off movie with Tucker and Specs? Because that seems like the most interesting thing they could still do.
Maybe we'll get a series,
like honestly, I should say a full standalone with those.
I would imagine that conversation has been had. Like
it's just it'd be easy. I can come up with something totally new. I wouldn't even do the further.
Give me a series of that though, where they're just ghost hunting. Like I'm fucking down with that. Like they're honestly probably outside of Lin Shaye and her character, they're probably my favorite thing of the franchise.
Go figure. I like the paranormal people in something. That's like, I agree on this one. And I know you guys did your Conjuring whatever last week, but I think the difference is like I can tolerate this a little more because I don't feel like they're trying to con me. It's a script. Here you go. It's not like based on a true bullshit story.
Oh, well,
so you know what I mean?
I've said it. I think the first Conjuring is better than any Insidious movie.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about.
But it's funny because that comparison that we did on Region Free, I almost wish we had waited to do it with this movie because now
I don't know why you
did.
To be
dynamics a little bit, but so I should have known better. Being that this came from one of the writers for Halloween Kills and the Firestarter remake, like that was probably trouble in the brewing. All right, so this was actually pretty bad. I was really disappointed. This is kind of like their Conjuring 3 for me.
I think it's that bad.
Number one, this does not feel in any way like the last movie. I seriously doubt that it is.
When you say the last movie, okay, got you.
Yeah, I don't feel like I learned anything new, as Kruger already said about the demon and everything. This movie was lacking atmosphere, and it's kind of weird because it doesn't add to the lore, which is one issue, and it's not that
evil
bad.
dies tonight.
And so they spend a good chunk of time on the father-son drama, which is fine. But like you said, they're not together all that often. And this movie just isn't really scary. There's a couple solid enough jump scares, I guess.
It's not scary at all.
the MRI scene that you see in the trailer, I believe. But one thing that's really weird about this, so we get Dalton at the college, and for a little bit, it's like we're watching some sort of like teen college comedy. There's a character called Nick the Dick in an Insidious movie. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking,
Bachelor Party fan.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm watching this and I'm thinking, like, this does not gel at all. And it I mean, I might have been able to roll with it if it was funnier, but unfortunately it's not. Very strange movie. I don't know exactly what the tone they were trying to hit was.
There was reshoots. They went back and reshot it and upped the jump scares. So they knew they needed something.
I will say the roommate, Sinclair Daniels, I believe is her name.
Ooh.
She's good, but it feels like she belongs in a different movie.
Yes.
Like the actress is good, but yeah, that whole portion, I was just like, this does not feel like an Insidious movie at all. And it's not different in a good way. I don't feel like I got anything out of this. I mean, you know, Patrick Wilson.
Ghost sang with Patrick Wilson. That song fucking rocks. They covered Stay. Fucking badass.
Yeah. I don't know if it's enough.
I will say it was funny though. Like in the beginning, I can't remember what exactly it was. Like I must have been the oldest person in the theater because there's a part where he's dealing with a teenager. I was fucking laughing because I was like, I know how fucking much yes that bullshit is.
No, there was points where the movie was funny, but again, it's just like my biggest issue is you bring back my favorite entity of the franchise, like the red.
I used to call him Buffalo Mall. But yeah,
whatever the fuck you want to call him. I mean, he's basically like the one thing I will say that I noticed watching all the Insidious movies, there's hella Nightmare on Elm Street influence in every single one of the movies. Like every single fucking one. Straight down to fucking shots of the shots of the lipstick face demon in the second one. They have a shot where they're looking down Patrick Wilson's throat and the eyeball comes up like in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. There's a ton of Nightmare on Elm Street shit in here. So like, basically having the Freddy Krueger of the franchise being brought back, I was so excited. And then they just like left me with fucking absolutely nothing when it has to do with his character. And the whole final act was just like, you're expecting this great showdown. You've had these great showdowns in every single one of the other fucking movies. Like that's the one thing I'll say, even if they're not all on the same level, they've always brought it hard with a great final act where they're showing off the demon. And then this one was just nothing.
It was just very like, I don't feel like this movie added anything.
I had to actually look if Lee Winnell actually wrote on this one too, and I was like, okay, because it felt like a totally different writer.
Yeah,
but who knows how much of his script was rewritten?
Yeah, totally different feel, and like I said, it not at all in a good way. I have no idea what they were trying to do here. I mean, I get the father-son thing, but I didn't even feel particularly moved by anything in this.
That's the problem. That's where it kind of falls flat.
Yeah, very flat. This is a pretty wretched movie. I'm very disappointed. It's
first time out director though.
Well,
yeah,
sure,
but I mean, he didn't write the motherfucker either. So
yeah.
Honestly, I don't have like directing notes or like, you know what I mean? I mean,
I think he did fine as a director. It was just a script was garbage.
At this point, if you did a Tucker and Specs movie, which might be tough with Lee Winnell, and that's probably the reason to nail him down for something like that. But other than that, I'll be honest, I'm kind of done with Insidious after this.
Well, there already is a spin-off announced. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh, is it Tucker and Specs?
It's Thread and Insidious Tale.
Oh yeah.
But
look what happened with Spiral.
Mandy Moore and Kamal
Johnny.
Thank you. Are that's the only ones they've said in the cast. But that doesn't mean we don't have specs. I don't know. That's all I know.
I mean, it's a spinoff. We'll see it. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I
But
mean,
I'm
I'll
not
watch
excited.
it.
Not excited after this.
Yeah, no. Here's my thing. Like, I like the franchise enough. I'll watch whatever comes forward, but I do hope it's a big step up because, just with 3 and 4 and this movie, it's definitely a kind of a decline. Like I said, I liked 4 a lot, but in comparison to the first 2 films, they really don't add up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I'd be amazed if there's anybody out there that would say this is their favorite Insidious movie.
Oh, absolutely. There's no fucking way in hell.
Do you know how dumb this world is? Of course, there's someone out there like, this is my favorite.
Dude, for the longest, 3 I thought was my favorite. And then I rewatched it and I was like, are you fucking
No, I think that's my least favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Lin Shaye is definitely the best thing ever in the franchise.
It's the Halloween problem. It's like you don't have Loomis. I mean, that's how she's like that.
She shows up.
She does.
Yeah. She's not an intricate part like she was in every. And like I said, I think that's probably why 4 so much is because it was all about her and her backstory.
Yeah. She makes as much of an impact as Indiana Jones does in Raiders of the Lost Ark. No.
Big bang. Nice.
But well, let's go ahead and rate this one. So I expected a decent movie. I didn't expect to get my mind blown necessarily. I don't think they've ever blown my mind with Insidious, but I can only give this one 1 star. I thought it was pretty bad, like surprisingly bad. 1 star.
I'm a 2 out of 5.
I'm also 2 out of 5.
I'm a generous 3 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
That is very generous. I feel you.
There we go. All right. So that's Insidious. We still have some, we have Talk to Me still coming from A24. We've got Cobweb coming out soon as well. So, we'll see. I think both of those will be better. All right. Moving on to The Gates. All right, The Gates from 2023. And this is from director Stephen Hall. It's an Irish horror film. And in this, a serial killer has been sentenced to death by electric chair in London in the 1890s. But in his final hours, he puts a curse on the prison he is in and all of those in it. All right, so...
Wait, before you go, I have to say something. Kruger, when you started this movie, you said one thing. You have to tell me what you thought. It's like you jinxed the whole movie when you said he's got like 2 minutes.
Retro shocker.
Well, we'll get to it.
All right. So, what up, Orc in the chat? So this one is kind of shocker in the 1890s. The electric chair is kind of a new invention at this point that's being imported from America. And Richard Brake, of course, gets fried with multiple attempts to get the job done. And needless to say, he doesn't quite go quietly into that good night. And I like this one a lot. First of all, I want to talk about the cast. We got John Rhys Davies as Frederick and his niece, Emma, played by Elena Dalia. There are these post-mortem photographer team, uncle and niece. They have really good chemistry, and they essentially have this machine that like captures spirits, or that's what they're working on, that captured spirits. They kind of open up their
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, which was a real thing back then. Like these photos that like you'd prop up like a dead relative next to you, like in a chair, and they would photograph you with this cadaver. It was pretty
common, dude. They did it with babies, old people, everybody, all ages.
Yeah, it was pretty morbid, and I'm sure caused a lot.
Not at the time, Dan.
Mental health issues at the time.
Okay.
let's just weekend at Bernie's Nana, like over here. Like, yeah, it was pretty messed up. But
death was a lot more accepted back then. They weren't trying to cling to life like we do now.
I wouldn't call it messed up. It was a different time. You don't think taking a body, fucking dumping all the fucking blood out of it, putting all those fucking chemicals in it, and throwing it in fucking dirt is fucking stupid?
I agree. I don't want any like tubes.
It's like when Dan talks about other religions. I'm like, shut the fuck up, fucking magic baby.
Scientology, Dad.
Okay, magic baby.
But anyways, to the movie. I like this one a lot. I thought this was a really good gothic horror film that we don't get done right very often. Like I said, the cast is great. You know, Richard Brake, who doesn't have a ton of direct screen time, but he's always just plays a great, creepy, intimidating
quality over quantity
figure. Yeah, and John Rhys Davies is more than just like 5 or 10 minutes of screen time. This is a John Rhys Davies movie. And I liked because they're dealing with this character, Lucian Aberton, who is a psychic medium, and John Rhys Davies is kind of critical of his profession and vice versa. It's a very story-driven gothic horror tale, which I liked. There's not a whole lot in the way of like cheap scares in this one. I thought it was really well done. I was surprised. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I wasn't too sure if I was just going to get some cheap ghost movie that John Rhys Davies was in for like 5 minutes and that's it. I enjoyed this one a lot, and it seems like we might get some follow-ups to this. Not to give anything away, but it seems like there's potential for more in this world. What did you guys think?
Go for it, Kruger.
Well, I like the opening scene, and then for the next probably hour and 10 minutes, I was completely bored to death.
Like I said, you jinx yourself because Kruger in the chat was like, this 2-hour Richard Brake movie better be worth it that he's in it for like 2 minutes.
It is a bit
I
was like, Kruger's gonna be so pissed while I was watching.
Not enough Richard Brake. I like the whole concept of the two people having the whole machine capturing spirits and stuff, but I just wasn't engaged with the story enough, and like things definitely bring it home in a stronger sense towards like the last 20 minutes, but I was so checked out. I don't really have a lot good to say about this movie other than that Richard Brake did a great job, as he always does in anything that he's in, but outside of that, I was not a fan.
He's a show stealer, and here's no different.
Yeah. You wanted the gorier kills.
Well, no, like the first kill was good, like the opening scene, but then like the rest of the movie just it didn't live up to that first scene of Richard Brake being a menacing, monster.
I would like a prequel to right where that scene is.
I'll take that.
Cool. Yeah.
And made me want to watch Shocker and the Horror Show or House 3, whatever.
Yeah, but those are two very different styles of movie, though.
Yeah, but it made me want to watch those.
I mean, those are slashers. Supernatural.
And it made me want, okay.
It's
not neglect. It's not changing a word I said there.
This is more of a, 70s style sort of ghost story. Well, even before that, really. I kind of figured that I'd probably be the most positive on this one.
I didn't have any problem
I haven't spoke.
I know, and I didn't say anything negative. I just said it made me want to watch fucking Shocker and House 3.
Yeah. I actually align with your stupid ass, Dan.
I said it 5 fucking times just so
Dan could. Well, that's right. You tell Todd to shut the fuck up, Pugs.
No, I was talking to you. I think I even said Dan. Oh, didn't come out. No, I do align more with Dan. I thought this was pretty freaking cool. I loved the prison. I loved how that looked. Super empty, spacious. I am, Todd, you may need to edit this out later. I don't know how PC this is, but I am tired of like the people of color taking other people's jobs. I don't believe a black person would do this in that time period. That is just no. That not dressed that nice.
Well, you're in.
I know it's not in America.
Ireland,
you were treated better elsewhere, but I don't buy it. But I went with it, and it was still
It's
fun.
that whole slasher for the last season of Slasher. It was just
that's why
Didn't finish it. I did not finish it. I do want to finish that.
But it's
but
like
you're correct. Yeah. Like I don't Sherlock Homie. Nah, I don't buy that. Homeboy, whatever the fuck I said. But Richard Brake sold the whole scene, and I would like a prequel. I do recommend checking this out. I think it's cool. I wish it was shorter. That is a big issue, but I think it's worth checking out at least once.
Better than Insidious. I mean, you want a good ghost story? I'd say a lot better than Insidious. Not even close.
I'll wait to the rating part. For you, Daniel.
No,
I think actually
you
most
have to
people
make exactly like 10.
will prefer this over Insidious 5.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Maybe the community.
You see how much
but
money
not
it
in
made?
general.
You see how much money that shit made?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I don't know. I
there was
actually haven't
more
looked
of
at the
world
box.
than-
Oh, it cleaned house, dude.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
took
30 or 40 billion.
Yeah.
Didn't Sound of Freedom that
That's propaganda. They're telling you it made $1 billion. Don't believe all that.
I do
bullshit.
want to see that.
I believe it was number 1, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
No, Insidious was.
Insidious was.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yet
It
everything,
dethroned Indy.
yeah,
yeah,
everything-
that's pretty embarrassing.
everything you
Yeah,
will read though, it's weird. It says that was the number 1 movie, but it's not. Like, there's fucking.
It's about
They-
sex traffic. That's the
they're-
number 1 movie.
They're talking about like the budget for that was like nothing, so that's making a pretty
Oh.
healthy profit.
Well,
But,
same with
yeah.
Insidious. They're already in the black.
Oh yeah, Insidious, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't realize it made that much. I didn't see anything on it.
So it didn't happen.
But yeah, I don't know now. After this one though,
Buddy,
it might be a decline.
Threads is next. Like, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if Threads is going to be able to.
It
pull
could be
forward.
it could be like the offshoot Paranormal Activity one. That was one of
Is
the better.
Mandy Moore still a
later
thing? I
sequels.
feel like I haven't seen Mandy Moore in anything. And
Hold on. Zombie asked what type of glasses I wear. Prada. Todd, he asked you too.
Yeah, I was starting to type and I have no idea.
Devil
Old
wears
ass-
Prada.
Old ass ones I need new. No.
Damn, I guess I would just go fuck myself. Hey, zombie.
What kind do you wear, Kruger?
I don't even fucking
None of his fucking
I
business.
Well,
Just, all right, who was talking? I got. Yeah, what's happening here?
Oh, we're about to
Where am I?
rate the
Thank
gates.
the
Also,
game.
Richard Brake looked fucking cool with his black makeup going on. I'm like, this is
Oh, yeah.
more of this, please.
Have you gotten to meet him at a con yet?
I've gotten to say what's up. I haven't really had like interaction with him.
Oh, okay, he's a cool guy.
He seems rad, yeah.
He stole.
I don't like
the
bugging
show in-
people.
He stole the show in Doom. I don't know the Rock.
Never
Doom.
saw it.
Never
He-
saw it.
Oh, really? Shit. That's odd.
I
Well,
don't
it's
watch
not.
movies.
It's not a great movie, but Richard
I like
Brake
it.
is funny in that one.
I didn't like boycott it. I just
Duke
got Carl
Nukem.
Urban
Where's
in it,
that
too.
fucking movie? Oh, really?
yeah, it's
Maybe-
Carl Urban.
Oh, you know, wasn't he
Car.
blonde or something in there? He had a weird haircut.
I don't think so.
He was the main. They made
You
it
know what?
look like it was a Rock movie, but it's really Carl Urban's.
there you
Really?
go.
Let's put it on the docket. Zombie. Sorry, Kruger. Your face is hidden by chat. Forgot you wear glasses.
Mm-hmm.
It is the chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the
No
gate.
No feuds.
Let's rate the gates. What say you, gentlemen?
I'm a 1 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go high on this because I really enjoyed most of it, and I really like the look. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm in the middle on this. I'm a 2.5. I don't. It's something I could watch again, but it was just kind of in the middle for me. Yeah,
Dude, the
runtime-
setting for me, man, was
Yeah.
cool.
I'm 3.5. I really want to see some more stuff in this universe.
Pretty cool.
It helped. It was shot in Cork County, Ireland, and I know it was shot in an actual prison, so that added a lot of production value. I really enjoyed it. So hopefully. All right, moving on to our next movie of the evening, which is our Screambox original, which very excited to talk about this one. It is We Might Hurt Each Other, which is also known as Pensive, and the original Lithuanian title, Rupin Chogelis. Might be saying that wrong, but yeah. So in this one, after a group of classmates destroy life-size wooden folk art statues during a wild graduation party at a remote cottage, a mysterious killer starts picking them off one by one. So this is advertised, anyways, is Lithuania's first slasher film, which very well.
I won't argue about that one.
I was gonna say
it's something that they're certainly not really known for. So it is considered their first slasher film, not horror film, but first slasher film. And I should say this is from director Jonas Trukanis. I was pretty excited for this. Recently, Screambox has been on par, if not at times probably better than Shudder as far as their original.
It was Terrifier too. It's better at the moment.
As far as their original output goes, yeah, I'd say we've probably given better reviews to a lot of the Screambox stuff this year.
Look forward to the Screambox ones. I'm at the point where the Shudder ones are.
Yeah.
There's one coming out this week.
I did for a while though.
Quicksand.
Yeah.
Quicksand is the next
one. The poster's weird. The chick looks happy to be there, but anyway.
So obviously different kind of culture here. Very familiar story in a lot of ways, yet I did kind of enjoy the gimmick of these wooden carvings and what they represented as far as the killer's slaughtered family and everything. I thought that was cool. I think they could have gone in a more interesting direction with it, though, which I won't, give anything away. This is a slow burn. It's about good 40 minutes before we even get a kill in this one. So it takes its time. And to be honest, it's not a long movie, but they really could have cut out a lot at the beginning to make it a little tighter. I don't think you would have really missed anything. I was entertained by this. When we get down to it, it's not like a ultra gory hatchet style movie, but we get some cool kills. The window shattered glass kill I thought was really cool.
Rocked.
Taking all I had to say, Dan. God damn it.
That was cool, but one issue with this movie, there's not really any true protagonist to root for. I didn't like anybody in this movie. They're all fairly well developed characters.
Vanny, whatever, the friend, he was cool. How dare you?
Which one was he? Was he the bald guy?
No, not the remission skinhead. The best friend.
Oh no, he was a dick. He
was funny. I liked him. Well, he'd probably pick on you, Dan.
I think pretty much everybody, because you have the one guy who's just, I mean, he's kind of the I don't want to give away too much, but you have kind of the dorky character. The girl's a bitch. The guy's annoying. I don't think I had anybody to root for.
Dan didn't hang with the popular people.
There's nobody to root for in this one.
Dude, the parents
and that's the parents. The parents were funny. It was like the Menendez brothers. Like they were a little like, there's something brewing here. You might want to, think a little bit here. But no, nobody was really likable in this. And it's weird because that's kind of a big complaint. Yet I was entertained by this movie. Once the killer shows up, it's pretty lively. I enjoyed the ending, which I don't feel they would necessarily go that route in an American slasher, at least a theatrical studio American slasher. I liked the way it ended. I thought it was a pretty good ending. That's my main issue, though. It's just like I don't care about anybody's fate in this one. You've got the typical, you've got the incel character, you've got the bitchy character, you got the drugged out party guy, the jock. Yeah. Nobody was really somebody that I liked.
But I was like, there's someone for everyone to like associate with.
By the end, I
guess
did
so.
love the main character, dude. He won me
the,
over so fucking hard.
It was a good ending. I was entertained by it, but it was held back just a little bit. It is worth watching though for slasher fans. What say you guys?
Go for it, Kruger. So I know you don't have that much to say.
As far as characters go, I will agree with Dan. I didn't like a majority of the main characters that we followed, but I did dig the bald druggy dude. He was pretty fucking funny. Just the fact that he was blitzed out of his mind literally from start to finish was fucking great.
Glitter.
But with the main people that you follow, I mean, I guess they were just okay. I will agree, the first 40 minutes of the story kind of bored the hell out of me. I was definitely like just eager for a kill to happen or, you know, something to go on that was going to interest me. But once the slasher elements got going, I was liking a lot of what I saw. I really dug the look of the killer, especially with the blank wooden mask, and what was underneath the mask was cool too. Solid burn victim effects on the person's face, and the performance by the guy. Yeah, and the performance by the guy that played the killer was really well done too. He was menacing anytime he was on screen, and a lot of the times with these newer slasher movies, I feel like the killer will have a great look, but then the person behind the mask just kind of doesn't live up to the look. But this time was not that case at all. He did a great job. And the kills had definitely a few bright points, lots of hacking and slashing. We got to see somebody's dead corpse get thrown in a porta potty, which was pretty fucking awesome. And Dan already brought it up, but the kill where somebody's face, the side of their face got shoved into broken glass. That was definitely a fucking big highlight for me, and probably one of my favorite kills I've seen all year, which is the high praise. My biggest issue is probably just because of the ending. Granted, you know, if it's not an American slasher, but if they would have went like more of an American slasher route with a big final battle and the ending playing out differently, I would have liked that better than what we got. But still, with what we got, it made sense to what was going on with the character and stuff. So at the end of the day, it wasn't terrible, but I still would have preferred something more traditional just because I'm a traditional 80s slasher guy. But as a whole, I dug this a lot. I can definitely see myself rewatching this. And if it does get a Blu-ray, I will be adding it to my collection of slasher films on the shelf.
Yeah, I think I will as well. There's things I didn't like, but it still overall entertained me.
Yeah.
Todd, you want to go before me?
Yeah, I'm the same with you. I'm actually with Kruger. Like that first half was just kind of dragging. Once we get the slasher elements, it just picks up. And yeah, but I did overall have a good time. I'm with Pugs. I did like the what our lead, but it was after it pays it off well.
Yeah, I was sitting there and like, oh, this is just okay, and then he kept going down a certain path. I'm like, this is not normal. Like, this is not a normal storytelling. I appreciate this, and I think that's why it won me over so hard. And I also like the asshole characters. It also gave me an actual almost massacre, and then a guy went away. So I was like, oh, you just fucking had it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know. It hit me right. I was in the right moment. And I can't wait to do the same thing on a boat to somebody just because. Have you seen this movie? No? Those parents. I do want like a side story of just them being assholes.
Be sure to get into a photo with Remus.
Remus. Yeah, Remus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this one a lot. But I
like and we're proud of you too.
Yeah. Fucking afterthought.
It's just like, yeah, okay, Menendez brothers, here we go.
Yeah,
no, I had fun too. Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we rate it?
No.
All right. I wish I could go a little bit higher, but I'm giving it a 3. But I do recommend you watch this one. It is a little bit different, and it does deliver a pretty fun ride, especially once you get past that first 40 minutes. So yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah, I'm a 3 out of 5 as well.
Count me in with the 3 out of 5 also.
I would have been a 3.5, but the ending bumped me up to a solid 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So now something a little bit different, which I'm curious about. We have a review, but this is probably going to be a review / general discussion. So we watched I guess it's a part 1 documentary.
I don't know which part it is.
called-
It's a series. It's a series of films that cover different topics in that. I don't know if there's a particular order, but they're just there's 2 that are already on Tubi, and this is the brand new one.
Okay, so it's Aliens Uncovered, the Golden Record from writer-director Clive Christopher. And this follows in the late 70s, the U.S. government sent a message to our distant neighbors. 20 years later, the response we received sparked the biggest UFO sighting in history. All right, so this does kind of have a pretty big focus on the Phoenix Lights incident. It also talks about other
Heaven's
things in the UFO. Yeah, Heaven's Gate does come up in this one. So, well, first off, just generally speaking, aliens. It's been a hot topic lately. There's the Tic Tac video. Bob Lazar, which is not a new thing necessarily, but that's that craft that they were seeing that was doing stuff that would not be humanly possible.
Is he trying to say TikTok? I'm confused.
Tic Tac.
No, because it's like a tic-tac-toe motion. I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
It's the Tic Tac. You can Google it.
Dan, I would
just explain
100% believe you would have called it Tic Tac. I just wanted to make sure it was not that.
The craft it's the Tic Tac incident. Yeah.
Oh, is that okay?
Point proven. You keep repeating the same fucking thing.
Google it, Todd. You fuck.
No, I know. Yeah, you could have just said that. Yeah, I know.
Todd doesn't.
Todd, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not in.
It said TikTok because it does sound like TikTok.
But do you believe?
And you couldn't hear Dan say TikTok instead of.
Yeah.
I said Tic Tac, you fucker.
I understand.
You're gonna make me have to cut, Dan.
I know TikTok is the dance shit that everybody wastes their time with. I know what a Tic Tac is. And a Tic Tac.
We have a TikTok account. You better fucking recognize.
Yeah, why are you hating?
We do have one.
Yeah, we do.
Do you guys do dance?
have threads also.
Yes.
Isn't it all just dance shit?
Yeah, I dance in my fucking underwear on there.
Goodbye horses all the time.
Yeah,
Every
wiener
week.
talks all day.
He takes song requests, so
There you go. I did create an Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm not doing TikTok, but I did create an Instagram.
No one asked you to. We have
no idea how to use it, but I did create one, and I'm working on it.
yeah.
I know I've already got.
I'm not
messages.
worried about it. You- Just like your what was the other one? Letterboxd.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't see much of a use in Letterbox, but I will. use it.
Motherfucker, you don't see a use in Letterbox, yet you're on a
do this
fucking
every week.
No,
No,
here. I don't need another. I don't know. We have Discord. You can get me on Discord too. But aliens. Do you guys believe, generally speaking, are there aliens out there? Have we been
Besides
visited
you?
by aliens?
I guarantee one of us.
All right, that's a no for Todd. What about you guys? Do you believe that
How
there
is
are
it a
aliens?
no? I was fucking talking.
I think you're tipping your hat, but aliens, do they exist out there? Have we been visited?
Todd, what say you?
I think one of us, at least one of us in this panel, is a fucking alien because there's no way that person is real.
I am out of this world.
Okay. This guy.
And
Mr.
that's
Kruger?
why you pay for it. So yeah, no, I don't know. It's not like Jesus or anything. Well, Jesus was a real person, but you know the other nonsense, the magic baby. It's not like that. Like I can believe there's other stuff elsewhere. You know, that's not so far fetched.
Well, but do you?
Did I not just fucking
If
answer?
you didn't really answer directly. You got a gun to your head. You got to make a call.
I
Are they
think
out?
there is
Answered
something
yes.
else out there. I think there's a lot of Caesaring.
But
with all-
aliens.
Thinking everyone's a fucking lizard
Something
person
else
because you
could
don't
be
like
like
them.
something else could be like a fucking rock. Aliens. That's why that wasn't in
Dan, he answered yes.
Again, I can't. That's like
Spoon feed it, Todd.
All right.
Yes.
Todd believes.
No,
in aliens.
I can't say yes because I have no proof. I'm open to it. I'm not saying yes, there's a fucking alien because I don't want to be fucking stupid because I'm wrong. And I don't really believe 100%, but I do believe there's something that could be out there. I don't believe we're being run by lizard people, but
I wish we were.
Well, that's a different story. Lizard people are.
Well, I say I believe in aliens. Dan's turning into a whole fucking
lizard
thing.
people aren't necessarily extra. Different thing, Ted. Not necessarily exterrestrial.
Honestly, those rabbit holes are fun to fall down. I do believe aliens are around. I mean, they're dangerous for some people, but
yes, that's the problem.
I do believe aliens exist. I don't fucking think they've been here, or if they have, they probably think we suck and they fucking bounce because I think we suck. So
there's no reason for them to. All they literally have to do is look like fuck that. It's like if you're thinking I'm gonna go to Oakland, fuck that. I go to Oakland.
All right, how do you know what their reasoning is? They might have.
Have you not?
They could be more primitive than we are too, but either way, I don't think we're worth visiting.
Well, in my opinion, aliens are definitely a thing. Yes, they have visited us because they're making sure that we don't blow ourselves up. Because if you look at the history of time, it was around the time that we fucking bombed Hiroshima or whatever.
Little Boy and Fat Man, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Thank you.
Yeah, it was around that time that we started getting a lot of reports of visitors. So, in my opinion, they're probably out there just making sure that we don't blow ourselves up. And
weird glitch when you said visitors, it was really freaky. I'm just telling you that right now. I know it was only at my end, but after the recording, did y'all see that shit?
I did not.
Visitors. Sorry.
Well,
I'm timestamping and going back.
They may be they may be attacking me because they're giving too much real information.
You're out in the desert. You're not too far.
I like zombies.
You know what,
dude? I lived in Phoenix like my whole fucking life. So
I will tell you one weird thing. If we come back to Phoenix, and I'll tell you, there was one thing I'm still not. So
all right, we'll get back to that. But in my opinion, they have been visiting us for a while. I don't necessarily know if fire in the sky fucking happened, but I do think that there may have been some abductions just to fucking figure out the way our wiring works throughout the years. As well as I have a fucking theory that aliens are what, and this is like me going into major crackpot shit, but I have a theory that aliens are why we were able to evolve from primates to what we are today. And that they may have been, doing some experiments and then and they're just basically watching and seeing what the fuck they do, what we do. And once we were fucking bombing other countries and creating fucking awful fucking scenarios for the rest of humanity, they started analyzing us more. That's my opinion on the whole thing. But
make sure we're not ready to go fuck up other planets yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially. We don't know really what the
but even at the same time, like, if you have a pet science project and you don't want it to fucking blow itself up either. So maybe they're coming in and interfering with certain scenarios that involve that.
Or maybe it's just like an alien Todd that gets off traveling to other worlds and shoving like
how do we know it's not no. Fuck you, Dan. How do we know it's not an alien Dan going, oh yeah, remember, motherfucker? I said you don't get to use my name like that if I don't get to use your name like that. So shut the fuck up.
But that is also a possibility. He's gonna break his computer. But it's also a possibility that it could just be like some asshole alien that thinks this is fucking hilarious. And it's just fucking
he's sitting there jerking off, just fucking laughing at
South Park.
No, I do believe now I don't believe in every story because obviously there's a lot of bullshit out there. It's in the public consciousness. So the Bob Lazar stuff, like, man, that seems legit to a degree. Bob Lazar, all right, the Cliff Notes. Bob Lazar was the guy that there's a documentary on Netflix that kind of runs it all down, but he worked at Area S4, which was south of Area 51. and he claims he was paid to reverse engineer this alien tech. He was recruited by Edward Teller, I believe, who was a physicist that helped create the hydrogen bomb, and they worked on Project Galileo on an alien craft called the Sport Model, which was fueled by element 115. Now, if you watch that doc, that'll break all that down a little bit more. At the very least, they prove that they tried to fuck with Lazar and pretend that he never existed, which he was able to disprove that, which you'll see in the doc. He's also passed polygraph tests.
Those are bullshit.
He's very credible. I'm not saying you can't beat a polygraph test, but it's tough. It's not easy to beat it.
I'll tell you how we were out there.
If you can beat a polygraph test on air, I will. No way.
Yep. I'll tell you after.
I don't know how we would set that up.
That is like a polygraph is like one of the most bullshit things ever. They're like not even close to any. Yeah,
they're like 99.
Well, it's nice that you believe it. That's cool.
I want to see you beat one. I don't know how we would
99.9% accurate. There's a reason they're not admissible in most courts.
I agree because it's a fraction of a percent. Well, how are they complete bullshit if they're right 99.5% of the time, whatever it is?
Oh, the percentage drop.
That makes it complete bullshit.
Oh my god!
You're getting
6.7% of all fucking.
I understand they're not 100%, so they're not admissible. But bullshit? How is it bullshit if it's right with that accuracy?
It's right.
I'm challenging Pugs.
That's fine.
You're going to have to make it obvious. You're gonna have to say, I am Jesus Christ. I am the.
Sure.
All right. I don't know how we would set that up, but I'll be fucking impressed if you can beat a legit polygraph.
That's fine with me, dude. They're not hard. Go for it.
Oh,
you're not.
I'm shocked that you're willing to take that on because I think.
Why? Okay. Any fucking way.
Right, I'm going to Google and see how.
Oh, because that doesn't lie either. Cool. Check Wikipedia.
Just message Caesar and ask him.
There you go. Yeah, back to the alien doc.
Maybe I know it's up in the high nine.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, yeah, Dan, you're gonna read fucking reports from the police departments. They're like, "All these things are 99.9% accurate." Of course, they're gonna say that because they want to lock every motherfucker up with some bullshit test.
Back to blue.
Well, they're inadmissible, but I didn't say that they were. But
any fucking way.
Yes,
I did hear a cool theory about Noah's Ark, how it's actually an alien ship, and instead of 2 of every animal, it was just like 2 of DNA. I think that was David Icke's idea. I'm like, okay, that's more believable than the fucking flood, but
it's more believable.
That's kind of cool. I like also the Prometheus theory where like they created us, and Jesus Christ was actually one. No, Jesus Christ was an engineer, and then we fucking crucified him. We're like, fuck this guy. We're out of here.
I like that story.
We gave you a chance. You fucked it up.
Well, you know, Ben's doubling down.
Ben Grimm, I'll take an anal probe to make people believe.
That's fine. I don't know that YouTube's going to host this stream, but Pugs will take a polygraph. I guess everybody else.
I'll do it while Ben's singing in the butt.
Patreon.
Yeah.
It's hosts within, so we have our freedom now.
I don't know. My thing is
no ball sacks.
It's an endless universe. Certainly, there is other intelligent life out there.
Christians will hate you for that, but yes,
there's none here. So why would we?
Fair point.
We could also be more advanced. It could be that there's like that reason these aliens are coming here is just to drink our Mountain Dew and
we're idiocracy to the rest of the universe, Dan.
Code red.
We think of it that way, but I'm like, have we ever considered that there might be aliens out there and they're dumb as fuck? Because it's possible.
Yeah, the Ryback aliens.
They could all look like Ryback and just drink Mountain Dew and do steroids. Like that's it. Like that's
they're fucking they're Bert Kreischer drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys tuned in for our very serious discussion about aliens tonight.
No, I really do. The Lazar stuff. Watch that doc. I'm not going to say it'll convince you completely, but there is definitely shit that they were fucking with him. and they wanted to silence him. So I don't know. There could be,
like I said, I'm open to it. This documentary, I wasn't like, you know, I watched it. It wasn't like one I was like, you know, it wasn't like it was presented in a way like here's the facts. It wasn't, yeah.
This one won't change your mind necessarily, but
No.
It can make you start asking questions.
There are, and like I said, certain things can be explained. Because let's be real, we dropped the bombs almost 80 years ago now.
We're forgetting it. It's about to happen again.
Well, certainly there have been advances. We have shit that isn't public knowledge. That is also a possibility. You got to throw that out there. Some of these sightings could be shit that, we have that we're just not wanting to admit to. Obviously, the government lies.
No.
So there is some possibilities that it's just technology that we don't want to admit we have yet.
As far as this doc goes, though, I've literally already heard like 99.9% of everything that they've talked about in this documentary on like fucking Joe Rogan. So I wasn't as interested in this doc as I have been in recent alien docs. Like there's one called Moment of Contact. I know some people have been talking about it in our Discord about the whole Brazil UFO crash. Check out Moment of Contact. It's like a 2017 documentary, I believe, maybe a little bit later than that. And it goes through that whole case of this UFO crashing, and then this guy that supposedly picked up an extraterrestrial and transported him to a hospital that ended up dying 2 weeks later from some crazy bacterial disease on his skin. It's a wild story.
Space AIDS.
I'm sure
I'm going live. Like I'm Weekend at Bernie's that alien. I'm just like sitting there taking selfies. I'm going live so nobody can like mysteriously Epstein.
Yeah, but we're in Brazil.
Like,
we're in Brazil, Dan. We don't have fucking 5.
They can go live. They have Tinder. It's not Tinder. Twitter. They have Tinder too. Oh, TikTok, Tinder, Twitter. It's all the same.
You trying to probe me? I'll fucking treat you like I found you on Tinder.
Dan, you can get probed on Tinder, I hear. So, but no,
did you know Brazil has Tinder?
They do, and Twitter. You just go live. I have an alien body. I know immediately. Cha-ching. I'm going live so they can't just kill me. Or
dude, if you go live, they're gonna definitely kill you, and then take all your fucking social media.
Let Dan tell everyone he's an alien. We'll be fine. Dan, go tell everyone you're an alien, please.
I would like tell them, hey, look, I took a sample and I hit it. So if I die, it's gonna get just.
He swallowed it. Hold on.
So you're gonna do like the bad like hero in a shitty action movie trope? I hit the fucking. If I'm not there in an hour, damn.
Yeah. I'm not saying I can't be bought. I want $1 billion. I want Fairuza Balk.
Every alien. Yeah, you know what's going to be way easier, Dan? Putting a bullet in your skull and fucking deleting all your social media.
They can
did you not see what the fuck Zod did to fucking Lex Luger? If you want to use
Lex Luger.
Luthor. I knew that.
I want fucking super. All over the place. I want Superman.
You know what's funny? I
the
fucked it up.
narcissist.
Because there's a Drew Down song where he says a mastermind like Lex Luger, and it drove me insane for you. A mistake. Because I mean, no one in this world thinks Lex Luger is a mastermind. I mean, other than murdering.
Oh, yeah, he got away, kind of.
Killing Elizabeth.
Didn't get convicted. How about that?
Allegedly. Got to throw that one out there.
Allegedly.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
But yeah, no, that would be my strategy. Like $1 billion. Like, yeah, here's $1 billion. Like, yeah,
they're not gonna get. But I'm saying they're not gonna give you a bit. This is like some fucking fantasy scenario.
And you're like,
I could have told 10 people by the time I'm live on.
And all 10 people are fucking dead.
You believe in an evil cabal? You could tell 100,000 gone.
I could. There's so many different ways. Pay me.
Nuke that place. Send a neutron bomb. Boop. gone.
Yeah, next thing you know, all 10 of those people have fucking like lung cancer or some shit and die 2 years later. That's what's gonna fucking happen.
They don't know who I told though.
Zombie asked to go ahead and read this one.
Zombie says, okay. Do you all remember the family that went live after killing a Bigfoot? It was years back. I do not. See, they brainwashed me.
Kruger, you have any info on that?
Negative.
Okay, well, find us some videos.
Is that a cool movie idea? Because I'd watch that.
Bigfoot, I'm a little. That creature could have existed.
See, that I believe more than aliens.
Dinosaurs
Then
walked
again,
the
I
earth.
believe I've seen Bigfoot when I was a child, so that may.
I don't think we have it anymore. That's the problem. That creature may have.
I saw a fucking Bigfoot.
You probably saw a black.
God, you saw some fucking homeless crackhead walking across the street. Come on. Now.
Went to a Harlem Globetrotter.
Is
thing.
this a good time to tell my alien story?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm only calling it that because I couldn't explain it. I was in Arizona, and I think I might have asked Kruger after it. I can't remember which street I was going down. But it's like just like not a lot there, but like the doors, like no matter what, they would just like they keep unlocking. Like I'd lock them, they'd unlock. I'd lock them, they'd unlock. I got frustrated, and then it just wouldn't stop until like 5 minutes later, just stopped. But it was weird. It like aggressively would unlock. I don't know.
Maybe it was like a magnet.
See, that's what I thought too. But then people always argue, well, that's because there's alien.
Yeah, well, maybe. See, honestly, though, if aliens finally came here and like showed us all their dicks, I still probably wouldn't give a shit. Like, okay, cool, another species to fucking have a problem with. Great.
Wait, why are they going to show you their cocks?
Oh, just in general, just them showing up. They don't really have to show me a dick.
Like, hey, pugs, come suck this, motherfucker.
He's like, you're getting probed with this.
All right.
What if they're like? Obviously, we're not talking high.
What if they only want to bang like grizzly bears, though? Who knows?
Yeah,
What if
there's fucking cows? Like, yeah.
They just one's like on the other's shoulders so it can like butt fuck the cow.
Well, according to the Las Vegas alien sighting we recently have, these motherfuckers are 10 feet tall.
Yeah, that is true. Like,
on the police cam footage, right? If they come back, call us back, bro. Don't leave.
You've got the grays. I mean, you've got the grays. You've got like, there's a lot of different alien lore and like specific, which it would make sense that there would be all kinds of different ones.
There's more than ones of us.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked too much into that.
I'm just gonna guess the Grays don't like the Browns.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine if there's like an alien Trump and alien Biden?
Oh, what racist aliens!
That would rock.
I only probe white girls.
Hey,
Bend the fuck over,
they're like all the worst traits of us. Like combined,
it'll be the best.
It's just like all pieces of shit.
There's like panty sniffer
us?
aliens. There's this panty sniffer alien sneaking into fucking people's houses, stealing the dirty laundry.
long nails.
They learned everything from 80s sex comedies.
Yes.
Can you
See, that's it. That's the thing I want to know. Like aliens coming down here and just acting like we do in fucking movies. That would be the funniest.
What
shit.
up, Corey?
Morrison Doris said
They
aliens
probed him a little too hard.
aliens put Lex Luger in the wheelchair.
That's what he deserves.
They hit that spinal cord. It was one of those 10-foot tall aliens. He couldn't take it all.
He tried to put him in the torture rack and just broke.
You got to think maybe they check in every few years to see if we've gotten more intelligent. Like
They're like,
they pull up the hub and it's like, why do all these humans want to fuck their stepmoms? What is going on?
How do they keep getting stuck in these things?
Yeah, you just see like Xenu. It's like she has plenty of room to get out. Human physiology clearly makes it so she can get out of that coffee table just fine. They're just confused. Oh man. But no, I do believe this wasn't the most serious.
X-Files.
X-Files is great. Are you? I can't remember. Are you an X-Files?
I know.
fan?
the time it was on, I had other things in mind. Yeah,
They have some great standalone horror episodes.
I've seen a
though.
few. I've seen it like it wasn't a regular watch. Like most Sundays I was hungover trying to. Yeah,
You like 90s television? I think you
The best, my favorite one. I can't remember the fucking name at the moment, but the incest episode. The most popular one.
Yeah. No, the one that they pulled for a long time.
Yeah.
It was, you know what that was based on?
It's Home something.
Home.
Is this called Home?
Home,
Okay.
I believe. You can correct me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's Home. But it's based on
fucking episode.
Charlie Chaplin just basically being in the middle of nowhere and renting this room, and they this weird ass couple had like this dude with no arms and no legs that like stayed in a cupboard. It would like it really like a fucked up creepy story, and that's what that episode is based on. You go and watch that, even if X-Files is a lot to jump into, but you go back and you watch that. That is like nightmare fuel. That is a creepy, like,
it gave me a cool idea. I'm like, I would do that.
I remember the
not
concept.
to a family member, but
it's like day after, kind of like people saw it and they were upset. There was like, my kid watched this, like it's fucking nightmare.
Well, you let your kid watch it, so
it's not bad aliens. And, yeah, come on.
Anyway, are we gonna rate this movie?
Oh yeah, we didn't rate it yet.
Did we even talk about it?
we I feel like this conversation isn't done. Alien butt stuff on Patreon.
Well, you know what? There's some more of these movies. You find me a good, really out there conspiracy one.
Watch the Bob Lazar one. I'll figure out what it's called, but it's on Netflix, and that one is very discussion worthy.
Yeah, I'm in.
Very discussion worthy. This is good, but
we should watch Moment of Contact too, because Moment of Contact I think is like one of the best, like probably since the Steve Romulak story.
Have you ever driven out to Area 51? I feel like we need to do that as a group.
I mean, we can.
Fucking hot. I'm not.
But I'll tell you what, Dan. If them aliens are coming, I'm pulling your pants down, kicking you out.
It's this one.
Why do you have to do that? You can just kick me out of the car.
No, I'm gonna pull the pants down so they have easy access.
They'll get distracted by Dan's hairy butthole.
Yeah, they're gonna think he's an ally. Run on, Kruger. One of us.
Oh my God, it's Chewbacca.
Damn.
He farts.
All right, what are we gonna rate this? Because I'm running low on time.
I'm a 2 out of 5, just because I've heard and seen all of the information that was given in this documentary through podcasts and other stuff. But I'm an alien aficionado, so.
And we're going to Area 51 for a live podcast.
Not in August, we're not. I'm telling you that right now. You're going to come out in winter. Fuck all that.
Yeah, we're going to do that shit in December, too.
Yeah.
I am also a 2 out of 5.
I'm a 2.5 out of 5. It's a good, informative doc, but
2.5
deeper. Yeah.
2.5 also. My one critique is better. We need a better voiceover. Ozzy's available. I thought,
that guy was monotone as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you got to watch the Bob Lazar one. Kruger, I'm sure you've seen it, but
yeah, I've seen it
on Netflix. That is really, really good. And I only gave you the gist of that story.
Shoot over the name so we can get it in. Cliff Booth. Why are they blaming us for all the stuff they cram up their bone butts?
Because Dan doesn't want to admit he stuck a light bulb up his asshole.
Not talking about.
He identified as the lampshade.
He's like, I can do that, Uncle Fester shit. Hold on.
I meant tube, not bulb.
Oh, well,
damn.
One tube.
Get us to 100,000 subscribers and watch me kick a light tube straight up Dan's asshole.
Damn.
I got a lot of accounts to create.
So,
India, if you're watching, get on it.
Couple of things to pimp. So, XPW, I'll be down there for Genocide. XPW Genocide.
Can't miss that one. Yeah. There is a show before that, though. I hope you die.
There's
I
two
hope you
shows.
die.
January 29th. There's two?
No, the September one's after.
Not January, July 29th. Yeah.
I am upset that I'm going to miss Body versus Schlack, though. That's going to be really cool.
We all are, Dan. Well, everyone on the list.
But I'm sure he'll have something really cool to do at Genocide. So I'll be there tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, region free. We'll be live. We've got a pretty heavy slasher theme. We're also doing a new segment, Would You Survive? Zombie Apocalypse Edition. So tune in to see what that's all about. We're doing best jump scares. When do slashers become monsters? Another interesting topic. So it should be good. Another surprise guest, I believe. So check that out. Region Free Season 3. And what else do we have to plug here? Todd, help me out.
We got Squared Circle Society coming up. We got a new episode of Dark Side of the Ring that just dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
we have this Friday. We'll have finally a brand new episode of our erotic thriller series, and that will be Bedroom Eyes 1 and 2.
Where?
I don't remember what's coming up Monday on Farce, but it's a Tomcats maybe finally.
Okay.
Todd,
we forgot Indiana Jones.
I thought we were doing that.
Yes.
I thought we were wrapping before that.
So, Indiana
I thought we were
Jones.
wrapping before that because of spoilers, so I was still going over stuff before Dan started to talk.
Anything else? I feel like we're both missing something, and I just
Tomcats is this week's episode. That's I just confirmed that. And I know there is too, but I can't think of it right now. Whatever. Dan's gonna. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I'm just doing like spoilers.
You need to run?
Now, so
I'm trying to do it. Dan's like
being impatient.
I'm keeping it going until you hit it. All right.
Taking forever. It's like, and I haven't used it in forever.
So obviously, Todd and the Tribal Chief blew their load. I don't get the. I don't
Therefore,
get the
you're wrong.
on this one. There is a lot wrong with Indiana Jones. Now, I got to ask you this: the ending, where
did you watch the review? Because if you're going to ask me questions from the review, I'm going to get annoyed.
No, I watched your review.
Okay.
The ending though, that I don't quite get because
which part of the ending?
So we have this big epic conclusion on paper. And then we just end with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, I forget her, Helena, knocking him out, and he just magically appears back at home. I thought that was stupid. Dumber than anything in that the Crystal Skull movie, which I thought was pretty fucking dumb in and of itself.
Hey.
That ending.
There's no wrong Crystal Skull. I rewatched it. I think your complaints are all like they're going to be throughout the whole franchise. So I'm just listening.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That ending I thought was awful.
He should have stayed. That's the whole thing. That's my problem. He should have stayed.
That would have been a selfish decision. He changes the timeline. He's not supposed to stay there. That's what also made his
See, here's the thing. It's not really a time travel movie. It's a science movie. Him being there, it would have already been him being there because they knew he was coming. So by the logic of the movie and the science, if he was staying there, it was already happened. It was already done.
Well, you're getting into the time travel.
This conversation actually makes me want to watch the movie.
Well, it's not time travel, though. That's the whole thing.
It would not be the same outcome. He would change the timeline.
But if it already happened and he's back there, it was already destined to happen. If it's from science, Dan. Science is like
depending how you're looking at that.
Science is.
Did you like Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
Oh, not really. But I mean, it has. I didn't watch the movie.
She bogged that movie down so much. Her character is annoying.
I don't think she's as bad as you think. You just didn't want to.
I'm not saying she's a bad actress necessarily. I hear Fleabag's good. I've never watched it, but she really bogged that movie down. She was not good. She was not funny. She was not likable. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking,
like women.
Short Round just got a fucking Oscar. Why wouldn't you not bring in Short
Not for an
Round?
Indiana Jones movie.
No,
I agree.
But would that not
Because
have
they
had
already
people
had
more excited?
their fucking short round throughout the movie. Why would they bring another one in?
Because it would have been, it's all about fan service. Here's one of my major issues going into this.
Okay.
I don't want to see, and I knew this before the movie.
Getting mad at a popcorn movie is so fucking stupid.
But it's not a good popcorn movie. It's a fucking piece of shit.
It's literally
good popcorn movies.
Okay.
You're too forgiving of all of these fucking Hollywood.
No, I'm not. I only really like one fucking Indiana Jones movie. One.
Yeah, well,
the one where they take out ancestors.
Rank for you. I don't remember if you ranked it. Would you rank this above any of the other Indiana Jones?
Yes.
movies?
My order is 2. Sorry, Temple of Doom, because technically 1 if you go timeline. Temple of Doom, Raiders, that fucking the one with fucking Sean Connery, and then the Crystal Skull. But I really don't like those other 2.
Well, there's other people. I don't like the last one before this either, but
I do. I rewatched that and I don't hate that one as much because my problems with it were the alien stuff. But it's
it doesn't fit.
That's where you're wrong. Rewatching them all, it 100% now. Because that fucking bullshit at the end of the first one, fucking pulling hearts out, it's all fucking out there, Dan. So Alien,
of course, it's out there. I would go further out there
with that.
But let me finish. Like, I would be fine if you had a fucking warlock. You could have a witch show up in Indiana Jones, a warlock.
Okay.
It fits that lore better than aliens and time travel.
It's not time travel.
It is time.
It's not. If it's science, it's not.
Okay, whatever. But that doesn't fit it. I also don't want to see Indiana Jones past World War II. Because to me, you're almost in the 70s at this point. It just, the world doesn't feel as mysterious anymore. It's a little more modern. And I don't, based on the pulp origins of this character, I don't want to see a broken down Indiana Jones circling around to the same fucking ending as the last movie with Karen Allen. It's the same fucking ending. They're back together again.
The pulp shit, though, absolutely lets aliens and all that shit in. So it's like you want
talking about. I'm talking, yes, for other stories. Indiana,
but not
Jones,
Indiana Jones.
It doesn't fit the tone. I'm not saying you can't do it. You will go ask a lot of other people. They'll tell you, like, yeah, Aliens was a little out there. I'm not the only one that has this viewpoint.
I like the fucking Aliens. God damn it!
Rewatching it, I was like, yeah. It's
most people didn't. If you look at the box office, is all I'll say with that.
They can suck my dick from the back. Most of the fucking movies I like from that don't do well in box office.
Well,
but Aliens are probably better than whatever fucking garbage you guys had to watch.
I don't want to see like an 80-something broken Indiana Jones sitting in his fucking recliner. It just didn't work.
You leave the fucking Chronicles of Young Indiana Jones alone. That is canon, motherfucker.
I haven't watched Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's the episode, I think it's like in 1970, whatever, where he's an old man sitting in his rocking chair.
I was a little surprised even Ozzy was sucking this one off.
I was too, but you know what? After I watched it, it had a 50-50. When I watched it, I knew he was going to love it too. I mean, I should say he was going to love it. I'm taking off the 2. I enjoyed it, but
this felt like Mummy Returns. I'm even surprised you like
that one.
Well,
I love Mummy Returns, yeah.
But Todd doesn't like Mummy Returns.
Well, I know, we've had this conversation.
Same fucking movie.
And I love the first one.
You have the annoying, trade the annoying.
See, here's the thing.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Hollywood really thought that they were going to have a potential.
Don't incel, Dan. Don't incel. Don't incel. I'm stopping you.
She sucks. She's terrible. Terrible. She's not good. Get a. God, I'm going to be a dick here and just say, like,
I'm trying to stop him. You've heard me yell it like 8 times.
Tomb Raider next. I'm assuming she's not playing Laura Croft. If she is, that movie's fucking dead. You wait and see. She's not good. She's annoying. You didn't like her character.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to at first.
She's supposed to take the fuck. She takes the fucking hat. She's supposed to be the new one.
Oh, that's why you hate him.
Yeah, that's why he's mad. Yeah.
No. I'm saying that's Hollywood, though. They actually think people would want to see that.
Wasn't Shia LaBeouf supposed to be the new one?
Yeah, and he got the hat too, but no one remembers that.
Well, he lost his mind. But you could look at Shia LaBeouf at that point. That dude looked like he was going to be a huge star. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. You really think that's going to put asses in seats?
It's not going to put yours in there, but no.
Well, it didn't put enough in for
it didn't,
but everyone who saw it, it has like an 86% blah blah blah. If you believe all that, if you're into all that bullshit, like other than like the Community, which is
other than the people that didn't fucking see it and made it one of the biggest bombs.
Okay, but see, you know what, Dan? The people who didn't see it they haven't seen it. So I mean, I'm not saying the movie flopped hard as fuck at the box office. I'm saying the people who did pay to see it, majority liked it.
Well, I don't know how you say the majority liked
because
it,
Dan, you live in a 1%
can't go
1% world.
More than 1% didn't see this piece of shit movie, Todd.
No. Oh God, he doesn't understand.
A lot looked at.
But people who haven't seen it don't have an opinion of the movie.
Todd, Dan,
you're right, Dan.
You knew going in. They shouldn't have screened it ahead of time. That was a huge mistake.
You could say that for every tentpole movie because everyone's gonna shit on it.
They had every to know, looking at this, like, we got some problems. Like, we should probably not screen this.
86% positive and review wise. Critic scores aren't even that far off.
Are you going by Rotten Tomatoes or something?
I mean, if that's one we're gonna go off, for sure.
Okay, I don't know about
I don't know what other ones. I can go off IMDb,
but
I'll click it.
This movie, there's a lot of really bad reviews out there, and a lot of people just didn't care. An 80-year-old Indiana Jones is a bad idea in the first place. That was just never going to work. I mean, shit, I remember them saying, like, how can you have a 65? What would he have been, 65-year-old?
It was 15 years ago. The last one.
Okay, yeah, God, it's hard to believe it's that long.
I had to do the math.
I'm just looking at it. The de-aging stuff, it just felt like I was watching a fucking cartoon.
I thought the de-aging was one of the best ones of recent.
I believe I was looking at him.
But the problem is they didn't AI his voice, so it was like old man talking out of a young man's face. They did the same thing with Darth Vader until they just AI'd his voice, and that drew me out of it because I knew it was old voice in young Vader, and same thing with this. I got old voice coming out of young Harrison Ford. I wish they would have tweaked that so that would have helped that.
I didn't even like. You know, it's weird because I'm a huge.
So wait, I'm going to ask you this: you didn't think Harrison Ford gave a great performance though?
He's Harrison Ford. He's fine, but the writing, it wasn't enough to overcome anything. I mean, Harrison Ford's always a good actor.
I know he phones it in. You did you not watch the Star Wars movies?
Well, he definitely likes Indiana Jones more than Star Wars. You go back and look at some of these interviews where, like, somebody will ask him, like, "Are you going to see the new Solo movie?" And he literally answers that, "I don't care." Like, that's just like, yeah, fuck that movie. Yeah, no, he cares more about this. But this was just a franchise killer, and Indiana Jones is not complicated. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy to make a good movie, but the source material is not complicated, and they just fucked it up with their bullshit. I don't understand with this kind of a budget, especially, that you would just flush that money down the toilet. But
here's the problem. See, I don't think it's just. I think it's a bigger problem than just people not wanting to see this movies. Hollywood kind of killed themselves. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, through the whole whatever we're allowed to call it on this fucking thing, when the world shut down for a fucking couple of years or whatever the fuck.
Andy.
Yeah, I don't know the fucking word I can say. Fucking people got used to that, and now they know we can watch this movie in about 4 weeks if we want to. We can watch Flash next Friday or Tuesday, whatever the fuck it is. That's
they
a
need
month
to hold
later.
that off further.
But the problem is they're already trained. It's not going to go back. You can't go backwards now.
If you look at the movie that people are starved for, like, I'm curious what the box office will be on Mission Impossible. And,
I think that will do fine. That is Tom Cruise. He's an actual fucking movie star.
Yeah. And I think the whole anti-Tom Cruise stuff is kind of weighed away. There was that period for a while.
Oh, he got it back with Top Gun for sure.
Before that, though, I think like even the last Mission Impossible, people were like, okay, it was a thing again where there was those few years.
That's a weird. Mission Impossible is a weird franchise because
I've watched them all from beginning to end with them. That's what it's weird.
Well, like 2 is a fucking piece of shit from what I remember. It's been
2, really?
2's good.
Yeah,
2 with the Durek Scott one.
I don't know. It's the one with I Disappear.
I remember that just being awful.
The XPW song.
No, that's the one fucking didn't. Oh, who directed that one? That's the one with fucking.
Was it Woo?
Yeah.
No, it was bad though. But Ghost Protocol, like that, it's weird because those movies kind of got better as they went along.
I will agree with that. Yes, it was. Yeah, I like the John Woo one, but it was just John Woo doing John Woo shit.
John Woo.
It was a little old at that.
But I'm saying it was like basically a highlight reel with American actors. So if you like when that came out and the other stuff, it was cool. But going back and watching it now, I'm not going to disagree. It's probably not as good as I remember.
Yeah, but I think and look, that Spider-Man movie did well, the animated one. So
still haven't seen it. Damn it.
There's
what?
I'm surprised. I figured
I was during my busy season. I couldn't, and then by the time I was ready, I didn't feel like going. Ben Grimm, it has a 3.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, so people there liked it more than hated it.
Okay, well, again, look at the box office. I can't speak to Letterboxd.
I just explained. We don't have to leave the house to go see a fucking movie anymore.
Who do you know that just absolutely fucking love this? Because I'm not talking to him.
Ozzy. Normal people, community people.
I
don't know how else to say it.
I did not get a vibe. Your rating was a little higher than what you say because I didn't get the vibe that you thought this was excellent.
Yeah, but I had a lot of fun with it. It was a popcorn movie. I had, I liked the elements that they had. I liked that it was different. Here's the thing. I do not. No, that says too much about me. I'm gonna let that one go.
I just going in. I don't want to see an 80-year-old Indiana Jones. I would rather they have recasted him and made a new. I don't mind having somebody step into those shoes.
I understand.
People do.
Chris Pratt.
People hate Chris Pratt now. So careful.
Chris Pratt.
A lot of people. They try to cancel him for some fucking thing.
For what? What did Chris?
I don't remember. I didn't care.
No, so I nothing you guys would cancel him for, so don't worry.
Chris Pratt didn't have any kind of.
Kruger is about to explain it.
God damn it! He fucking put out a post talking about his healthy children, like how his wife gave him 2 healthy children, but he left out one of his kids that I don't know if they have autism or if they're sick or whatever, but he basically left out one of his kids on the post. I mean, homeboy was just being honest, let's be real. But fucking a lot of people tried to cancel him for it.
Was that the one? I do remember something that they thought he was being a dick to Anna Faris, but I'm like, okay, they broke up.
No, that was unrelated.
Okay, is that something different? I don't know.
Yeah, people didn't like that either, but
it just seemed like he's one they've been gunning for some, which I don't get.
Well,
I'm not.
He needs to lay low for a little bit to make a comeback.
He needs to keep his opinions to himself for a minute too. That's part of it. All these Hollywood people need to learn that shit.
Yeah,
just shut the fuck up and make a movie.
I don't know the director's name.
Pretend, fuckhead.
Right?
Didn't the Blue Beetle director say something about fans recently and then backtrack?
I don't know what it was. Attention.
Like it was kind of like, oh, I probably should have shut the fuck up. Now I'm gonna get people hostile towards the movie.
People fucking suck.
I'll have to Google it, but there was something with him too. But I don't care. You can be the biggest fucking, as far as an actor goes. Your performance.
Ben Grimm, MI2 has the best song of them all. You fuck yeah.
What was that?
Pug's gonna get to see it live.
I Disappear. You fuck. Rob Black's theme music.
Oh. Was that?
Interesting.
Hey,
and the fucking show, you asshole. How fucking dare you?
That's almost as unforgivable as forgetting.
How dare you?
But yes.
Slam!
So, if you like Indiana Jones, I'm not shaming you. That's, I just don't get it, and a
No,
lot
me
of
too.
people.
Now,
Obviously.
Dan, this is how I felt for years about the third one. I did not understand how people could like that.
The third one is by far the weakest of the original three.
Okay,
I don't think it's bad. It's entertaining.
4 over
and
3.
that's how I feel about the other two now. They're entertaining enough. They're popcorn. I don't care.
These last two, it's weird. See, these last two,
And people are starting to turn on Crystal Skull too. As it ages, it's already starting.
I don't know. I haven't seen that, but Crystal Skull might be. This one might be a hair better than Crystal Skull. I'm probably a little more annoyed by this one just by some of the decision making that just didn't make any sense. But I don't know. The last two. Hey, if it
the way you made it seem, Dan, going in after you read everything was like we were going to get 2 minutes of India and then the bitch was going to take over.
I didn't say that. I said
no, but that's the way you imply. That's the way it came off. But you know, Pugs is right.
Well, I didn't spoil it for you.
No. But I'm saying that's the way I was like. That's like that would have been like the end out there. That was
Hollywood should have known better to even think that was a possibility that she was going to headline a movie. That it just wasn't going to happen. Well, they wanted her to, obviously. And that was just never going to make money. Hollywood can't fuck around anymore. That's the thing. Like it's certain thing. It's a longer rant, but in short, I did not like it.
Don't you fucking dare say in short.
Yeah.
I did have a good thing to say about it. I had a good thing to say about it before I passed. John Rhys Davies, always great to see him. He could have had a little bit more to do in this one.
And fuck Harrison Ford.
Well, he's old. What else did I have to? Mads Mikkelsen. I love Mads Mikkelsen. I didn't think he was great in this. It was kind of like what's his name, Rami Malek in the last James Bond. Like I love him as an actor. But I didn't think he was good in the movie. He was just there. It was boring.
Yeah, I disagree. I thought he was great in this, but I get what you mean with the other one.
There's a lot of fucking action in this, as you would expect. But even then,
he plays a good slimy Dan. I mean, yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen, I thought he was kind of bland in this. He was kind of phoning it in, it felt like to me. I've just seen him do such awesome work that I don't know. I was just like, okay, he's there. It is a paycheck movie for sure. Ben, by the way, I think he's jogging my memory there a little bit. Yeah,
Grim. They hated him. They thought he went to that one church, but it turned out he never went to that church.
Yeah, it was like because it wasn't a. I don't want to get deep into this discussion. I don't do politics, but it was not a LGBTQ friendly church.
Oh, okay. So
that it's like a weird thing with him. Like they're paranoid that he's conservative or something, but I don't think he's ever talked about politics. So it's a weird. I don't know. I haven't followed it all, but it just seems weird. He's a generic Hollywood Ryan Reynolds type guy that. I don't know. He seems popular. I don't care that much, but he's good in the Guardians movies. He probably would have made a good Indiana Jones. I think they would have made more money.
He already played that in Jurassic Park. Why does he need to do it again?
Yeah, right.
Or Jurassic Worlds.
I think they would have made more money if they had cast.
I think they would have done about the same.
They should have just did the cross promotion. Had fucking Harrison Ford in the last Jurassic Park movie.
There you go.
You're getting that with Fast and the Furious. Apparently,
Harrison Ford's gonna be there.
Getting dinosaurs? Hell yeah!
You're getting Fast and the Furious.
Same thing.
That was some bullshit rumor, bro.
I'm just
it hasn't been debunked though. That's the crazy.
Dude, it was some bullshit rumor they made up like fucking 2.5 years ago.
You're right, Dan. You gotta
I don't know. We'll see.
Do you really just spend 35 minutes on fucking Indiana Jones?
Yes, I was supposed to be. Yeah, I got. Dan.
I think that would actually make money though. As stupid as it is.
No, it wouldn't. Goddamn it. Let's go.
You get.
Audiences are tired of going to the theater.
Keep this for another time.
All right. That's all we got for you. Indiana Jones sucks. Good night.
Dad?
Just as hard as Dan.
Kruger?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
All lives matter. I'll see you at Disneyland.